Welcome back to Exceptional Talk with Dr. Clark. I have two phenomenal women here, Miss Angelique Fox and Miss Melissa Vasquez. So, guys, without further ado, I would like to introduce them to you. I'm going to give a little bio of both of them, and then we're going to have conversation. All right, so let me first start off talking a little bit about Miss Angelique Fox. She is one of my dear friends. We both attended Clayton State University together, and she has done some phenomenal things in her own right. So Angelique is 59 years old. She was born in New Orleans. She relocated here in Georgia in 1987 because of businesses were leaving New Orleans. She says she came from a large family, 10, now 8, and 2 are deceased. She's been married for 23 years to Mr. Tim Fox. Congratulations. No children. She has one fur baby. She has a bachelor's degree in psychology and human services from Clayton State University, and she retired from Clayton County Prison after 25 years of service. And she was diagnosed with breast cancer in 2019, and she's going to talk to us a little bit about that. Thank you, Ms. Fox, for joining us. And now I'm going to talk a little bit about Miss Melissa Vasquez. Thank you so much, Ms. Vasquez. She is a retired.
Dr. Clark, your connection.
Huh? Can you hear me, Ms. Fox?
Your connection. You were kind of in and out.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So Ms. Melissa Vasquez is a retired information technician, and she's a Navy veteran of 20 years. Thank you for your service, Ms. Vasquez. She's the daughter of James and Mary Battles. Melissa's an engineer and holds a bachelor's degree in computer information science. She's an author of children's book and a life coach. She's a notary and soon will be a real estate agent. She has been married to her husband, Carlos Vasquez, for 29 years. Look at these women, longevities in these marriages. All right now. She has 3 sons, Jaden, Javier, and Giovanni. I hope I pronounced those all correct.
Yes.
Melissa is also a breast cancer survivor of 6 years. She had 3 different cancers and 7 surgeries while fighting this disease. She's a breast cancer, thyroid, and bladder cancer survivor. Oh, thank God. Look at that. By the grace of God and her Moldfeed doctors, she stands here before you today. She was stage 3 breast cancer. She was a stage 3 breast cancer survivor. Her treatment included 5 months of chemotherapy, 6 weeks of radiation, and a double mastectomy, breast reconstruction surgery for a total of 18 months. Her youngest son was 8 years old when she was diagnosed with cancer. She currently is the president of Sisters Network in Tampa Bay, Florida. Her organization helps women and men who are uninsured receive screenings, and she's going to talk a little bit more about it in a few minutes. The organization pays for mammograms for people who can't afford it. She's also a member of the National Coalition of 100 Black Women, Toastmaster of 5508, a member of the NAACP, and a member of Sisters Incorporated Tampa Professional Chapter. She was awarded the 2021 Humanitarian Award, all right, by Zoo, aka Tampa Chapter,
Wow.
and My Sisters Keepers Award in 2021. This is a busy lady, y'all. She attends the local health events, expos schools and churches to warn others of the awareness of breast cancer. Early detection and follow-up is what she speaks about. At these events, she implemented the first breast cancer scholarship out of the chapters for students that have family that has gone through cancer and needed assistance with going to college. And like Uber, Lyft, and help patients attend treatment. She said, I didn't let cancer beat me. She said, it is her tagline. Awesome, awesome. All right. Well, thank you both for allowing me to read your bio and tell our viewers a little bit about each one of you. But now I want to kind of get up and personal with you guys, because this is a awesome, when I tell you to have beat something like this and to be here today and to be as beautiful as you all are, and to just let women know how they need to start to have these mammograms early. But I'm not going to get into that, because that's not my specialty. This is y'all's specialty. So I'm going to be quiet and start with Ms. Fox and let her talk a little bit, and then Ms. Vasquez going to come up the rear there, and she's going to tell us like it is what these organizations, and she's going to close it on out for us. So Ms. Fox, thank you so much. Can you hear me? I have to apologize, guys. I am
Well, thank you for having me, Dr.
issues.
Clark. Reiterate, it is very, very important to get those checkups. My lump in my armpits. So I was getting mammograms yearly. I have a younger sister by 1 year who was diagnosed with breast cancer 23 years ago, as a matter of fact. Thank God she's still here. So I don't know if it ran in my family. They're saying that it's not. I had the what do you call it? The DNA,
The BRCA gene.
Right, the BRCA test. And they're saying that I don't guess I could have passed it on to my daughter, but to me, if my sister had it, then there are some familial ties. Like I said, in between, that's the one thing I would do for myself. I would always check my breast every month. And I just noticed like a little rock or something, and I've just paid attention to it. And it was about time for me to get my mammogram. So I made my appointment, but I also mentioned, hey, I'm feeling something, in my armpit. And so they had me to come in. I had a very good doctor, who tried to calm my fears. She didn't want me just right off the bat thinking worst case scenario. She said, because it could be anything.
Right.
So I went in, had my mammogram done, and she told me to come back in a couple of days and they were going to do a biopsy. And she did. And again, she was very calm, and she's like, look, I don't want you to go home and worry about anything. When the test results come in, I'll give you a call. And you know how they say, you know exactly where you were when you got the diagnosis?
Yeah.
I know exactly where I was. My husband and I were having dinner, and she called me and she told me, she said, well, it's not, the news that I know you want to hear, but it is cancer. She said, I don't think it started there. So now our next step is to find out where it is, where it came from. So she basically outlined the steps that we were going to take, which tests I was going to get. She told me I had the most common type that affects Black women, but it's also the most invasive type. So we went from there. She mapped out my treatment plan. I think most times they may do surgery first, then chemotherapy and radiation. I had chemo first because she said, whatever's in there, I want to shrink it. And so it was definitely in my right breast because it had metastasized to my lymph nodes. That's what I was feeling.
Okay.
It had gotten in my lymph nodes. And I did the chemo first, and then I had surgery, and I opted to do bilateral for my own peace of mind, because even though I asked her, what would be the probability of it coming in the other side, she was reassuring. She said, well, I would really be more concerned about it reappearing on the same side, you know, that you have it.
And then it
So
may
I
be
told her
the
to just go ahead, do the double mastectomy, and you know, so, and we went from there. So I had the chemotherapy first, I had surgery, and then I had radiation. And they recommend that. I figured, you know, once I got the all clear from her after the surgery, the chemo actually did a really good job of killing all the cancer. There was none detected in the tissue.
Oh, all right.
So I'm
Thank
thinking
you,
to
God.
myself,
Yes,
thank
thank
you,
you.
God,
Snap, snap. Thank you, Lord. Yes.
that I don't have to do radiation. And I had to get with the radiation oncologist, because I'm thinking, okay, if the chemo killed everything, why would I need radiation? And you know, their stance is if it has progressed to one lymph node, they recommend radiation.
Okay.
And so it was in 5 of mine. So I had the radiation as well. And I'm telling you, I am so grateful. So anybody, and it's just amazing how many women are touched by this, affected with breast cancer, just in general conversation, speaking to somebody in a store, they're going through the same thing. So I try to encourage where I can, because it is not easy. And I can truly see how people get diagnoses and just sit there in that. They don't, I did what I could to help myself, which meant I exercised, because I already tried to build up my immunity and walk for at least 30 minutes. I'm trying to eat cleaner, not so much red meat, more fish, chicken, fresh vegetables. I've always loved fruit, but even with that, you have to be careful about what you consume because of the sugar content.
Okay. All right. Well, guys, you all heard it here. She's stressing that you must go and get your mammogram. Don't not go. You know how sometimes you put it off and you think you'll just go later on, and you know, early detection, you can see now, is the best. So thank you, Ms. Fox, for sharing your story. Now we're going to hear another survivor. With this particular phenomenal woman, she had more than just breast cancer, as you all heard in her bio. So, Ms. Vasquez, I want to say, first of all, thank you so much for agreeing to share your story so that women can understand the importance, and especially us as Black women, we do need to be very, very mindful. So thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Clark, for that outstanding introduction. And congratulations, Mrs. Fox, on being a survivor as well.
Salute.
My pink sister, my breast sister.
That's right.
So as Dr. Clark stated, I am a breast cancer survivor, a stage 3 breast cancer survivor. I, like Miss Angelique, found my lump. It was a little hard, a little sore, but by the time that we detected, a mammogram would have gotten it better. By the time we get it, we feel it, it's on the surface, you know, it's like right there underneath the tissue. So I found my lump and I did the necessary things that I was supposed to do. I contacted my primary, and, you know, well, first I asked my husband, you feel this, babe? I did contact my primary. We set up the mammogram. But here's where it goes south a little bit. So I had the mammogram, and the imaging center said, you know, don't contact us. We'll contact you. We'll contact your doctor. And I was very passive about it. And when I did not hear anything back from them, I thought no news is good news, which was definitely, not my case. And so I always tell people, don't be as passive as I was about it. Call and follow up.
Ms. Vasquez, I am so sorry. I am
And
having some internet issues.
it just, by the grace of, I had my
And I don't want them to miss a word. And you were kind of muffled a few minutes ago. Yeah, because I don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? But I'm telling you, Satan, you're not gonna do this today, because these women have something to say that women need to know. And I am just a firm believer that when you are trying to do good, there's always something trying to stop us, but it's not gonna happen today. So, Ms. Vasquez, we kind of missed a little of your story right at the point where you were talking about that you didn't hear anything, and then when you did. So, if you could start right there.
What point?
She froze. Dr. Clark.
Yes. Oh, wow. See? Can y'all hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Oh my gosh. All right. We're going to keep going.
Okay. So where I left off was I'd gone to have my annual, and she said, "Hey, you have a lump." And I told her that, yeah, I was definitely aware of it, and I had gone to have a mammogram. And she asked, what were the results, or what did they say? And I said, they didn't say anything. No one ever called me. And this is why I call her my angel, because she says, I'm going to call over there and I'll get the results. And that's what she did. And when she came back in the room, she had a cancer card, and she says, I need you to contact the cancer hospital immediately. And so I knew from that point on, but a little denial on my part, because when I came home, my husband said, "Oh, we don't know yet. Just do a follow up. Just go to the cancer center." So I did, and they did a biopsy the same day. Notified me before I was even getting dressed out of that smog. They came, and I was getting dressed, and they gave pink bags. So and I tell them I hate that pink bag. So everybody in the cancer center knew that I had been newly diagnosed, right, because it was
that pink bag.
A welcoming bag.
Oh my gosh.
And so, but I'm here. I fought it. The cancer had spread at this point, spread to my thigh, but with the breast at first. And I went through the same shrinkage is what my treatment was. Shrink the tumor. After the shrinkage, I went through a surgery, the double mastectomy as well. From there, it was a month off. Then I went through surgery for the cancer to be removed from my thyroid that was the size of a golf ball. And a month off, then I went through radiation. And so a total of 18 months.
Oh my God. And look at you now. Yes.
Yes.
So women, just know, just from these stories alone, that it's never too late. It's just never too late. If you feel anything, how small, just go and still get it seen, get it diagnosed and taken care of, because we just never know. and life is so precious. And when we have an opportunity to do it early, it just gives us that much more opportunity to get things taken care of and have a longer life. Miss Fox was talking about her sister that was diagnosed 23 years ago. So
Mhm.
don't give up. Don't let it go. And these two women here are a testament that if you do what you're supposed to do and follow your doctor and eat well and exercise and do all the things you need to do, you'll still be here. You'll still be here. Ladies, thank you all so much. Please share some
And don't,
last minute
because
things.
fear kills.
Please share some last minute things for the people out there that may be going through it right now, and just kind of like Ms. Vasquez says, that sometimes you kind of be in denial. You just don't want to believe it. But let me have you all share some last minute thoughts to these women out there, as well as myself. I'm going to go and get my mammogram. I was supposed to got it done the beginning of the year, but I had a vaccination and I had to wait 6 weeks. So 6 weeks is now gone, 2 months and passed. So I am going to go and schedule mine. I'm off this week. So yes, ma'am. Thank you all for encouraging me as well. But I'm going to let you all just talk to the audience a little bit to just encourage these women to do what needs to be done. Ms. Fox?
Dr. Clark?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
I
Yes.
would say, don't let fear, paralyze you. When I tell you, it is so much information that they throw at you with a new diagnosis. It's best to have somebody there with you. My husband was my partner there, because stuff they was throwing so much at me, I couldn't catch it all. He caught.
Yeah.
So definitely, I mean, you know your body better than anybody. If something is not right, get it checked out. And then in most cases, because of the type of breast tissue, also, if it's dense, they're not going to tell you don't get the mammogram, but you still do your checks, because the mammogram may not catch it, but you may feel, so pay attention to your bodies, ladies. You know you better than anybody.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Fox. Ms. Vasquez?
I would say, as African American women, we have to stop the silence, because, with that being said, sometimes we keep our illnesses within our household and we don't share it with other women. And we're very knowledgeable. We have to share. We got to stop the silence. I didn't even know that my mother, because, when I'm filling out my history, I'm saying, no, cancer doesn't run in my family. And she says, oh, I had a lumpectomy when you were smaller. And so I said, well, why would you tell me that, Mom? So,
wow.
it's just her generation,
Yeah.
my grandmother's generation, so we got to make sure that we pass along to our daughters, our sons, so that they can know their history. For me, I just thought only high blood pressure, and not knowing. So I would say stop the silence. And also, I would say to women who say that the mammograms hurt, that 2 to 3 minutes of pressure of them squeezing your breast, your breast too fine. If there's something abnormal in there, it's not worth my 18 months of me going through it. So if I had to do it all 8, 3 minutes compared to 18 months is nothing. So I would definitely encourage, and I do encourage everyone to definitely get your mammogram.
Exactly.
Well, thank you.
We are the nucleus of our household, so
Absolutely.
our family needs us.
Yes. Well, thank you all. Let me just tell you all a little bit of how I met Ms. Vasquez. I was talking to one of my coworkers, and I was sharing with her that I was going to be speaking with Ms. Fox today. And she started to tell me about Miss Vasquez. And I said, please, please call her and see if she can come on today and look at God and look at her. She is here. Thank you so much. This is only, y'all, when I tell you, this is only the beginning, because when God put people in your path, they're there for a reason. So just know you all will be hearing more from these two women here, especially during this month. There are going to be some things that I know Ms. Vasquez, her organization, is doing for women. So I'm going to just be quiet one more time and let her tell you about her organization and how they are doing so much for our community. Can you hear me?
Yes, real quick. Thank you for that. I am the president of Sisters Network, and there is currently 33 chapters. We also have one currently in Georgia as well. And we have 3 located here in Florida: Tampa, Orlando, Jackson, Metropolitan states throughout the United States. So I would encourage you to let your friends and family know of our organization. So we actually, again, pay for mammograms. So if you have someone that is an entrepreneur in your family, in your circle, let them know that we pay for your mammograms. We pay breast cancer assistance. We're here to help you.
All right.
And it's very nice meeting you, Dr. Clark.
Oh, nice meeting you as well.
And Ms. Fox.
All right. So
I'm definitely going to be checking your
yes, please do, because I'm definitely going to share her information on YouTube. So look forward to all this information that she shared with you. Ladies, thank you all so much. Again, we definitely get together again before the month is out to kind of share some more information with our listeners, because we don't want to miss, we want to try to get as many people and not miss anybody. So if they don't get to hear it this time, they're going to get to hear it the next time. So I will definitely be inviting you ladies back later this month, just to kind of do a little recap and probably just kind of stress the importance of getting these mammograms and just self-checking. So with all of this good information, they need to know. So ladies, you all enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Again, thank you so much, Ms. Vasquez, for coming on for a short notice. And Ms. Fox, thank you for, she just flew out, guys. She just flew from New Orleans just last night, and she didn't get here till this morning, but she's here. So Texas. These are 2 busy women. So ladies, you all enjoy. Bye.
Thank you, Dr. Clark.
Thank you. All right, guys, don't forget to share, comment, and like. All right. So again, Exceptional Talk with Dr. Clark. You heard it here with Ms. Fox and Ms. Vasquez. You all have a great evening. Bye.